Hello everybody, Tim Norris here, aka GreyElephant.
And Kermit Norris.
And welcome to a live play by GreyElephant Gaming. What are we playing today?
Today we are playing Pandemic Legacy, Season 1.
That's right. Now, one thing I need to warn all of you about is that we are not going to be playing spoiler-free. What I mean by that is that there are dynamics of this game that are going to be revealed to us as we progress through this. There are a total of 12 months in this game. We're going to be starting in January. What do I mean by that exactly? You want to explain a little bit more?
As you play the game, you're going to go through a deck of cards. Your objectives are going to change. Things are going to happen. Diseases will become harder to eradicate. They might mutate. Something might happen to the players. We don't know. But things happen as you turn these cards over. In addition, there are file folders that you open, and these are sealed things that come with the game. There are sealed packages that are going to have, we don't know what's in them.
There's going to have effects.
Pieces that are going to help us make different effects during the game. So everything changes up the whole time you're playing.
Exactly. So I want to warn you guys now. Now, I will tell you this, that in the first month, January, not too many crazy things happen. But as this series does progress, things could get a little bit more nasty. We're playing January for the first video. We will be playing through the rest of the year in future videos. So you have been warned. With that said, why don't we get started in January and let's see what happens. Can we save humanity? Yeah, we'll find out. Alright, we're all set up here for some Pandemic Legacy Season 1. We have the blue box. Basically, you set this up just like you would a normal game of Pandemic for the most part. Here's where things could get interesting. This is the Legacy deck, and it says, Stop! Hammer time! Draw this card and read the other side just before you set up your first game. So technically, I've already seen this, so I kind of already know, but I thought you guys might like to see it, so... Alright, January, confidential, you know the drill. We've got 4 viruses causing us problems. They seem to be mutating faster than usual. We have someone looking into that. For now, keep it under control as one of them may grow beyond our capabilities. That can't be good. So it says keep drawing, so you just keep drawing. Your objective is on the other side of this card. Place it in the objective area on the board, which that's up there. Your mission, if you choose to accept, is to cure or discover a cure for all 4 diseases. So that goes up there. So now we know what our cure is. Now we started out with a funding of 4, if you notice here. Funding is the cards, the special cards that we get to put into the player deck here. Those are like your special abilities. For instance, this is one of them. We get to do the forecast ability. Okay,
ooh,
and we've got 3 others in there, and that could change depending on how well you do in the game. All right, so everything else from this point, now it does say stop, so we stop. Let's not let that slide off because we do not know what's coming after this. Now it says draw this card as soon as the second epidemic card has been completely resolved, or at the end of the game if you win or lose before you draw your second epidemic card. Well, if you could lose before then, yeah, well, that'd be pretty lousy. But regardless, yeah, that's... So as soon as our second epidemic, we need to draw that card and see what's going to happen, all right? We do not know what that says yet, so that ought to be interesting. I am playing as the medic, and if you notice, the little profile here that is totally different. Now, his abilities are completely the same, but you notice we have relationship, upgrades, and scars. Scars happen whenever you're in a city that an outbreak occurs, and then basically you're going to have a negative effect that affects your character. If you get more than 2, your character will die or be eliminated from the game. It's not good. Then you have to get a new character. Upgrades, we can upgrade our character, and I'm not really sure what a relationship is quite yet. Carmen is the scientist. We're just playing with just these 2. We've already set up the game. If you notice, we've got our cubes already on the board and all that jazz, and we both will start with 4 city cards in the 2-player game.
I am guessing that my pawn is pink and that Tim is blue.
It kind of made sense to me, you know. Blue is for boy and pink is for girls. So, let's see. So we always start out here in Atlanta for the most part for the first game. Being the medic, obviously I can go around and cure these really fast where we have the 3 cubes. But the main thing that I'm looking at is that Carmen, being the scientist, only needs 4 matching city cards in order to be able to cure a disease. She's already got 2 yellow. And I have a yellow in Bogota.
So we're already so close.
So so if we meet in Bogota, she can take my card from me as an action, and then that would give her 3 yellows. And she's really close to the research facility too, which means we've got the capacity to probably cure that. So what I'm thinking, maybe my first action is just to simply move down to here for 1, and then 2, I'll just remove all of these, and then 3, I'm just going to just stay here in an attempt to wait for Carmen to come and get this Bogota card from me. That would end my player action, so now I go into here, I draw 2, so I have Paris. That's a second blue for me. Now I need 5 to be able to cure a disease. Carmen only needs 4. And then I got another one of the special cards, so I can remove 1 cube of infection from the game. Okay, there we go. Now I must infect, which means that I'm going to be drawing 2 cards from here. So we've got Algiers and Montreal. So we'll infect both of those, and then when we come back, it'll be Carmen's turn.
Okay, obviously we win the game by curing diseases, so that's what we are going to focus on. I have 4 actions, so I'm going to go 1, 2, and then Tim's going to give me his card.
So we're going to share knowledge. So she's going to take my Bogota card because we are in Bogota, and that is the card. So that's
so now I have 3 yellow cards.
Yeah.
And then I'm just going to move back up towards
and then hopefully you draw
the research facility. So that's 4. Okay, now I'm going to draw my cards.
Yellow, 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 yep. No.
That's a blue.
No. We want yellows. Yes.
Ha-ha.
That is awesome,
Sweet.
man. That was a great plan. That was you that came up with that, too. That was really awesome.
I am so smart.
Now we have to infect. So San Francisco will get 1 blue, and then Cairo will get a black. So Cairo and then San Francisco. All right, so Carmen and I talked it over, and it's probably best. Now we've got 2 cities that have 3 cubes, 3 disease cubes. We've got New York and we've got Beijing. Beijing, if an outbreak occurs there, it's only going to affect 2 neighboring cities, whereas New York, you know, it's got 4 connecting where an outbreak. So it's a bigger concern that I think I clean up New York. So 1, 2, 3, and I love the medic. As number 4, he can pull all 3 of them cubes off there. Her and I are both thinking that the epidemic is probably going to be happening either my action or her action. So try to clean up as many of these as we can would be a great idea. So, and speak of the devil. Okay, so move the infection rate marker forward 1 space. So it's going to go to there. Infect, draw the bottom card of the infection deck and put 3 cubes on that city. And then discard that card, so it'll go into that discard pile. So what's our bottom one?
London.
So London will get 3 blue cubes. Boy, that's not a good one, but it's not terrible. It's not terrible. I mean, like Paris is worse. But
yeah, but it's pretty bad. It's
yeah, we don't want London to happen. So intensify, shuffle the card in the infection discard pile and put them back on top of the infection deck. So we're going to shuffle that discard pile and it goes back on top of that deck.
All right. And now, did you want to use your card?
Oh, I could. Remove any 1 card from the infection discard pile from the game. You may play this between the infect and intensify steps of an epidemic, which that's right. Let's pull London out. What do you think?
London out?
Yeah, let's do it. I think that's a grand idea. Okay. You're playing a smart game. And then, so the only one we're going to have to worry about is Beijing that could possibly. So this would be my second card, which would be Riyadh. Yeah, Riyadh. And then now we're going to have to flip over 2 cards to see which gets infected. Hopefully Beijing does not come out of there, but we know we're safe on London now. No way that it could come out. So
we've got
Kinshasa. So that would be right here.
Beijing.
And Beijing did happen. Wow. What was the chances of that? I mean, you only had to pull 2 out. So an outbreak occurred, which means both of those cities connected are going to receive a cube. We're going to increase that, but that's not the only thing that's going to happen now. Now we have to put a sticker on it to show that an outbreak has occurred there. We do not want this to happen too often in a place, because what's going to end up happening is that we're not going to make travel to that location more difficult.
Do you want to hand me the sticker?
I will just pull a sticker off when I turn the camera off. It'll make travel to that place more difficult, plus we will not be able to establish research facilities there. So we don't want that to happen very often. That would end my turn. It'll go to Carmen, and I will show what we did with the sticker when we come back. All right, so if you notice, we did put the sticker on there, so that has panicked. Now, what's going to end up happening, if the city level reaches 2, we'll have to remove any research station present in that city. And if there is a starting research, we'll have to get rid of the sticker, which that's not something you need to worry about there. But when an outbreak occurs in a city, and for the 5th time, you don't place a sticker. It's bad things are going to happen. You don't want it to happen.
The city's basically dead.
Yeah, basically, it's kind of...
It's like, you don't go there.
It's going to make it more difficult for us to move in and out of those places now that it's got those. So regardless, Carmen, it is your turn. So the first thing, obviously, we're going to go up there and cure the yellows.
Yep, so there's one, and then I turn in my 4 cards.
So there's
2.
your 4.
So yellow.
So we'll move this up there.
Ta-da!
So we have cured yellow.
Okay, and then I'm thinking I'm wanting to head over to Asia, so I'm just going to go up to Chicago. Should I remove that cube or move one more time, you think?
I would just probably move one more time.
All right, and over this.
No, let's go ahead and remove it. I think that is a good idea.
Okay, we'll remove the cube.
Yeah. So
that's
there's
4.
All right, so get your 2 cards from the player deck. Tapai, Tapaya, and Lagos, which... That's a yellow we ain't going to need.
Use
but
that
look,
to fly
look right
over there. Yeah.
Lagos is right there, which means that you could go there and there and cure those, and then we could eradicate yellow.
Then we would have, we wouldn't even have to mess with yellow. That'd be a good idea.
Lucky,
I don't know. Okay.
2 from here, so Miami, of course, and Algiers. So Miami will get 1 yellow, and Algiers is black, and that'll go right over here. So good job. All right, I had to put the legacy cards up there because I bumped them and they slid again. We don't want that to keep happening. So we'll have to just remember, the second epidemic card we're going to need to draw. Wanted to show you guys this real quick. This is the panic level. Here's what happens. At a level 1, nothing happens. A 2 or a 3, rioting. Players cannot take direct flights or charter flights in or out. Research stations are destroyed and cannot be rebuilt. Collapsing. Discard 1 card of the city's color to enter this city with the ferry or drive action. Fallen. Discard an additional card of the city. It becomes a bigger issue. So we don't want this to happen. So we don't want it to even hit 2 or 3. So what I'm thinking about is that I need to head over there and I need to clean up Beijing. And I can do that by getting rid of, I think it was my Hong Kong card and taking a direct flight to Hong Kong.
So there's 1.
So I'm going to head right here, and then 2, 3, and then I'll just clean up all of Beijing.
All right.
Somebody had to do it, right? So 1, darn it, that would have given me my third red too. And then 2. Nope, sweetheart, we're doing my cards, not the infection. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm okay with cards.
Every time.
So now we infect. It's all right. So Cairo. So that's right there. And San Francisco.
Which is where I'm heading.
Right there. So. All right, we'll come back. It'll be Carmen's turn.
Well, we had a little bit of trouble trying to decide what to do because curing is what wins the game. In order to cure, we need to build research facilities and we need to have enough cards. I was thinking about going over to Asia because I do have a card that could build a research facility. But I have 2 blues. Tim has 3 blues, so I think we're going to move over to the blue area. Plus, that's kind of more in the middle of the board. I feel like we're going to be stuck so badly. Let's go with Asia. So 1, 2, 3. I'm now in London. I'm going to remove a cube for 4, and then I'm just going to stay there.
Okay.
And now I draw my cards.
Oh!
San Francisco.
That's actually really good.
I get a blue card. Now I don't need as many.
No, that's right.
Oh, what's this?
You got 2 of them now.
Remote treatment. Remove 2 disease cubes from the board.
We could use that to probably
play
eradicate
at any time, not in action. Okay.
Good. Okay.
So how many cards? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm cool. Okay.
All right. So Taipei and Moscow. So Moscow is right here. So we got 3 in Moscow now, which is kind of an issue, and 3 in Taipei. Ooh. Not good. All right. All right, so it's important that I give Carmen this London card. Everything kind of hinges on us getting that taken care of. So I am going to fly to Paris using a charter flight, which will get rid of this card. And next, I am going to move for my second action up here to London, give Carmen the London card.
3.
So that's 3. And then I'm going to just get rid of both of these cubes here in London as well. And then that would be my 4th action. All right, so Santiago. Ooh, Santiago, which, it's still too far away. I was trying to get over closer to them stupid yellows. Oh, by the way, so Carmen has 8 cards now, so we had talked about it. She's going to use her little card here to remove 2 disease cubes from the board.
Yep.
And she's going to remove from Taipei and Moscow so that we don't have to fear from them outbreaking. So we want to make sure that's taken care of before, you know, possibly I would have drawn an epidemic card. All right, which I didn't, which is great. So now we are going to infect a couple of cities. So Johannesburg. Nah, that's got 3 now. And Washington. So that would be right here with Washington. I'll get that. And then goes back to Carmen's turn, which will be able to cure the blue on her turn now. Yay!
Okay, well, my turn is very simple because I have to move over here. So there's 1, 2, 3.
A 3.
And then I'm going to turn in my 4 cards to cure the blue disease.
So we'll move that on up here. All right, so that's
that was
2.
4.
And then go ahead and draw your 2 cards now. Okay,
Epidemic.
So that's all right. Let's increase that then. We'll take the bottom card. And we will
that's
see.
infect. What do we got?
Istanbul will get 3 black ones, which, ugh.
Here, right in the middle.
That could be
That's
really
kinda
bad.
Scary. Okay. Now, shuffle the top.
Yep,
now,
and then you can go ahead and draw your second card. Okay, Seopal, which that'll get you down there closer to the yellow area.
Yeah.
Possibly we can get rid of all that crap down there.
Okay, I think maybe we should use this.
That's what I'm thinking too, so that we don't draw Istanbul.
Yeah.
And then possibly we can set this up. So you want to do that?
Yeah, after
all
you've got that
so
shuffle,
1,
we'll do
2,
that.
3, 4, 5, 6. Let's take a little look-see. All right, so Beijing, which has nothing on it. There's no glare on that, right?
No.
Okay. Johannesburg. We do not want Johannesburg.
Oh, yeah,
because
it already has 3.
So let's put that over there. Miami only has 1, so we can...
No big deal.
No big deal. We can allow that because we've actually cured, which means we pull that off, it's going to all come off.
Okay.
Istanbul, do not want that to happen.
We definitely don't want that to happen.
Algiers and Moscow, those both we don't really want to happen either. So that's probably going to be the best situation right there.
Well, what did you put on the bottom?
I put the...
Istanbul and Johannesburg, right?
Johannesburg and Istanbul. So,
okay.
Are you ready? So we are going to Beijing and Miami. So Miami gets 1 and Beijing will get 1 as well. So there we go. So we should have checked this out real quick because it was our second epidemic. So let's see what happens here, guys. Don't want this to fall over. It's wanting to constantly slide. It's annoying. All right, draw this card as soon as the second epidemic card has been completely resolved. So let's draw it. All right, January mission briefing update. Worst fears confirmed. The disease with the most cubes on the board, those that do not have discovered cures, is now classified as CODA-403A. Well, that's exactly what I was thinking.
That's the black.
If there are 2 or more eligible diseases, select one. The cure for CODA can no longer be found using known techniques. Players can continue to treat that, but it is drug resistant, and players taking the treat action must now spend 1 additional action to treat it. Right now, destroy your original objective. A new objective will follow. Then open dossier number 19.
Man.
All right, so
a new objective. This is crazy.
So right now we destroy our original objective, and a new objective will follow. So that means our objective right here. Carmen, do us the honors. Destroy it. That's what I'm talking about. Hardcore. All right, so it said a new objective will follow. So here must be our new objective. From this point on, the legacy deck, draw cards reading both sides 1 at a time until you hit a stop card. Stop cards will tell you when to start drawing again. If you do not see a stop card, keep drawing.
Objective.
Discover cures for the 3 normal diseases. This must always be one of the objectives you complete to win the game. So,
okay.
All right, so that means we just have to find a cure now for red, and we will win.
Awesome.
So we stop. Nothing more is going to happen right now, but we do have to open dossier number 19. So let's see what that is. Top secret. All right, let's open up 19. It's right here. Let's see what happens.
Let's see if I can get this open. Ready.
All right, so flip it up for us. What's it say? Apply this sticker in the disease tracking area of the board next to the disease with the most cubes on the board.
Treat disease requires 2 actions, cannot be cured.
Okay, so we're going to apply that sticker on the black one, right? So that's going to go just here in its area, I'm imagining. So, All right, so we'll do that off camera, and then when we come back, I believe it's your turn if I remember correctly. All right, so Carmen and I are looking. We know Johannesburg and also Istanbul are going to be an issue, so we probably need to get some cubes off. The only problem is, man, it really stinks, and I'm probably the best equipped to handle this issue here in the Middle East and Europe and stuff. So, because it's going to now take 2 actions to get them cubes off. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to fly to Baghdad. We're not worried about curing the black disease anymore, so in my opinion, we just try to use these cards to fly around and try to best, put ourselves in position to cure them. So that's 1. 2, but now it's going to take me 2 actions to get rid of all 3 of these. But at least then I did cure everything in Baghdad. That happens there in Istanbul. In Istanbul. If that happens in Istanbul,
it would be a big
God, it's
problem.
a huge problem. Yeah. So probably a good thing I did that. So now I draw 2 cards. I grabbed Montreal and Essen. So we don't need blues anymore, really. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I don't need to get rid of anything. Let's go ahead and flip up 2, see what we need to infect, which is Moscow and Algiers. So, and then Algiers is there. So now I got to pick my poison, which way we want to go to try to cure those. So, all right, Carmen, you're up, hon.
I am looking at Johannesburg. It's going to be a problem. So if I look at my cards, I do have Lagos. So I'm going to charter a flight to Lagos. That was a nice flight.
Thank you.
Okay, so that was 1, 2, 3, and then 4
cured.
Removes them because it is cured, the yellow disease. Okay, now I'm going to draw my cards. Ooh, what is this? One Quiet Night. Best card ever.
I don't know if we should do that yet.
Skip the next infect cities step. Do not flip over any infection cards. I can play it at any time, so we're going to keep that. 2 is Miami, another yellow.
Actually, that's good because you might be able to eradicate yellow on your next turn. All right, so now we know that you have to infect 2, which is Johannesburg, and we know the other one is Istanbul.
Yeah.
So good thing we got those taken care of and out of the way. All right, so Carmen and I talked about it. It's probably good I just concentrate and try to keep cleaning this up because there's so many areas that could outbreak. So I'm going to move down here for 1. That'll be 2, 3 to get rid of both of those, and then I'll move over here to Cairo for my 4th action. God, it really stinks that that's so hard to cure now.
2 actions to cure a disease. And you'd only remove 1 card if you weren't the medic.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I've got 8 cards. I'm going to get rid.
You don't have to get rid of them yet.
Yeah, you do. You have to do it with those. And then Harakata. Where's Harakata? That's over there. So we don't want to lose a red. Now I need to get rid of another one. I could probably just get rid of. No, I'll keep St. Petersburg. I don't think Montreal. Ooh, Montreal. I didn't pay attention. I could fly there, and then I could start. I'll get rid of Essen.
Okay.
So I've got the capacity of possibly eradicating blues. So, all right.
Now infect cities.
Need 2 of them. Now these are new.
Cairo.
Shoot. I'm actually there. That's actually not bad.
And Washington.
Yeah, fudge. That's okay. There's 3 there. We need to do it. Yeah, it's going to possibly be an issue. So, all right. So, Carmen, we already talked about probably what you're going to do, but maybe we should need to talk about this a little bit more now that we've seen what's been added to the board.
I feel like I need to head to Washington. All right. Well, I'm kind of changing my plan a little bit. I was going to try to eradicate yellow, but that's not going to happen. So, I'm going to fly to Miami. That's 1. For 2, I'm going to remove both of these cubes because yellow is cured.
And then
3, and then 4 is going to remove the cubes from Washington because blue is also cured. Ta-da!
So now you flip over your 2.
Shanghai.
So that gives you 2 for red now. 3.
Ooh.
Yes. You only need 1 more red.
3 red cards.
And you didn't draw an epidemic.
I didn't draw an
I'm going
epidemic.
to. So, Taipei and San Fran. So I got San Fran. You got that one. San Fran's got 3 now on it.
So does Taipei.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so do these 2. So not good at all.
Whoa, this is kind of scary.
It's looking ugly. Carmen and I talked this over quite a bit. I've got 3 red. She's got 3 red. That means we've got the game. We've got control of the game. There's no need for us to stress out about trying to get more cards. So let's try to let's try to get ourselves in the same position over here to where one of us can take those cards from the other person. That's the goal here now. I'm going to fly to Montreal. That allows me to just immediately take that cube off the board because as the medic, I just immediately take them off if they're cured, which they are. 2, 3. So that was 1, 2, 3. That's a free action again. And that has now completely eradicated blue. And now I can go to either Manila or Tokyo. That's my choice. So Manila would be down here. Tokyo would be up here. What do you think, Carmen? One or the other? If I go to Tokyo, I do have Seao as one of my cards.
You should go to Tokyo.
If I go to Manila, I do have Bangkok and Harakata, which means I could build a research facility in one of these, which Bangkok would be a phenomenal place to build a research facility. In fact, Hong Kong's even better, but I don't have Hong Kong. What do you think?
Manila sounds good because of building a research facility.
And then I'm still one step away from there, whereas if I go to Tokyo, I'm 2 steps away from there. Maybe that's a better idea. So let's flip over my cards. Let's see what I get. Algiers. Come on. No epidemic, no epidemic.
Oh,
yes! Oh, Carmen, and I just got my 4th card.
Tokyo.
You've got Manila.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Carmen.
What am I doing? I put cubes on again.
Look at that. I'm in Manila. Which means we've got the game. Look, I just drew my fourth, which means you give me Manila, and all I need to do is get her to a research station. So that's 4, 6, 7, 8. I got to get rid of one. Which one gets me closer? I'll just get rid of St. Petersburg.
Okay.
All right. We need to infect. Draw 2. Kanishkiwa. So I'll put that.
Kinshasa.
Montreal. So, nope, we don't do it because it's eradicated. So, great chance your next card is going to be an epidemic. No doubt about it. Which means that we'll probably have to play One Quiet Night on your turn, which means we should have this game won.
Okay, I need to get over here to Tim. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to charter a flight to Taipei. I'm not sure how we pronounce it. So that's 1. And I'm going to remove a cube for 2. And then 3.
And I will take that. Thank you very much.
And 4.
And that gives me my 5th, which I will have to discard one now, so it doesn't really matter. I'll just get rid of Delhi.
Okay, so let's see what I'm going to draw.
All right.
Epidemic.
I knew that was coming. That's okay. So I'll increase our rate. I'll draw the bottom card, which is Hong Kong. So we'll put 3 on Hong Kong, which is right here.
Yep.
Okay, I'll shuffle that, and then you go ahead and get your next card.
Intensify. Okay. My next card is Buenos Aires.
Which is connected to Johannesburg, by the way, which means that if we wanted to, we possibly could eradicate yellow before this game's done. But why worry about it? Do you want to play One Quiet Night? We gotta draw 3 cards.
Yes. Yeah, because we're not going to have to draw any cards if I play it, so let's do that.
All right, so One Quiet Night, so no infection cards. Love it. And real simple for me, we got this game won. I'm going from here to San Francisco. 2, 3. I am now in Atlanta. I will get rid of these 5 cards, the red ones I have. That cures the red.
Red is
so
cured.
Red is cured. By the way, we get to name the blue. Seems how we eradicated it. So we'll have to come up with a funky name. We'll come up with a name for that here in just a bit. So that is it. So we have completed our objective. Discover cures to the 3 normal diseases. And that will always be one of the objectives to complete to win the game. Let's see what we do next. So we have our legacy deck here, and it did say, draw this card at the end of your first game in January before selecting your game end upgrades, which we'll go through our upgrades here real soon. So, you ready? Here we go. Win bonus. Scratch this bonus off if you win a game in January. Destroy this card at the end of February. So, well, let's set it there. And you got a fingernail? Let's use a research facility. There we go.
And I don't think this is gonna work.
No, hang on. I got a coin in my.
Oh look, my thumb is working.
I was about to say you probably could. I feel like gotta match some stuff. Win the lottery here.
Oh, this is so cool.
you want a coin? Maybe it'll work a little bit better.
I'm trying with my fingernails and it's not working very well.
There's a dime.
Dime is small, man.
Well,
boy, there's a lot of words on here. Look at this.
God, why are they so wordy in this game?
Okay, For any game played in February, after setup and before the first turn begins, remove 1 disease cube from the board and return it to the supply.
Wow.
That's our win bonus.
All right. Well, there you go. So that's just only in February?
This game makes a mess.
So it's only in February,
Yeah,
huh? Awesome, man. So that's phenomenal. That's what we get. Now we get our in-game bonuses, which, so this will be before February. So we stop here. We'll worry about that when we go into February.
We've learned that research facilities are not pointy enough to scratch the cards off.
That's what we learned. All right, let's go to our bonuses, and we'll cover that here just now. All right, guys, so here's what it says. Game end upgrades. Win or lose, you choose 2 upgrades at the end of each game. You may choose the same upgrade twice. Unfunded events. Select an event sticker to add to a city card on the player deck. This card is now both a city card and an event card and can be used for either way, but not both. These city event cards are available every game. They're unaffected by the funding level. Each city card can only have 1 sticker. Carmen and I looked over these. We're not super thrilled about selecting that as one of them. So if you want to see, so we have remove 1 disease cube anywhere on the board. Look at as many infection cards as the current infection rate. Do not change their order. The person who plays this card may discard up to 3 city cards, removing 1 cube matching the color. I mean, they're good, don't get me wrong. They really are, because that actually could eradicate a disease right there. So these are actually better than what I thought, but we're not going to go for that quite yet. Starting a research station. Select a city currently containing a research station and add a starting a research station sticker. Add a research station to every city with 1 of the stickers during the setup of all future games. When placing a research station sticker, place it as close to the city, blah, blah, blah. We didn't build any additional research stations.
Build any, so that stinks.
Yeah, so unfortunately we can't choose that. Otherwise I would have. Character upgrades. Add an upgrade to a character. Each character can have room for 2 upgrades, except the generalist, who has 4. Players may stick an upgrade over an existing upgrade. Upgrades can only be applied to characters that were just played game. That's what we're probably going to go for. So Carmen wants to be the pilot. So you do not discard a card when taking a direct flight. Show the card and return it to your hand. I am going to take local connections. Once per turn, you may treat disease in a city connected to your city. Being the medic, that just seems like a no-brainer.
That's just awesome. I mean, that's going to be so powerful.
Now, we did eradicate blue, so we could have done this. If you've eradicated disease during this game, you may give that disease a positive mutation to make it easier to find a cure in future games. Put the positive mutation sticker on the disease track area of the board. This was very tough. Carmen and I was really thinking hard on doing this. Now, it does go in sequence, so we would have to start with 1, and that would be this. Blue could get, you no longer need to be in a research station to discover a cure for this disease. And if we wanted to, we could even give it the second sequence. You no longer need to spend an action to discover a cure for this disease. We both agreed that blue is not necessarily the biggest troublesome disease on the board. Now, if this would have been for black, I'd say let's do it in a heartbeat. Red for sure, yellow, yeah. We both agreed not for blue yet at the moment. So both of us are going to upgrade our characters. She is now going to become a pilot, a scientific pilot, and I am going to become a local connections medic. Mm-hmm. And then
a medic with local connections.
We're going to have to name our disease, and we'll be back with that. All right, so it took us a while to come up with what we wanted to name this. We think blue. Blue makes us think of Doctor Who because of the TARDIS. And then we had to try to make a connection to somehow, like, how is this like a disease of some sort? So we came up with the TARDIS Shakes. There you go. So blue will forever be known for us as the TARDIS Shakes. When we come back, we will have this all set up for our next adventure, for our next live play. And man, I cannot wait to see how that's set up. But for now, why don't we kick back and we'll talk a little bit about this game and what we expect in the future. Well, there you have it. That was a lot of fun. I mean, I did not expect our objective to change, and I did not really expect that the black disease was going to mutate and become more difficult.
You can't even cure it at all now.
No, we can never cure the black disease now. Ever. Ever, ever. I guess it could change later.
Right.
It's just, oh my God, that's going to be so difficult. But the good part is, I feel like our character upgrades are going to really help us to be able to try to keep it...
These character upgrades are awesome. I mean... They really seem like they're going to be really powerful.
Very beneficial.
We'll see what the game throws at us.
Yeah, well, that's just it. We never know what's going to, there's going to be another curveball somewhere.
I tell you what really surprises me about this game is that we managed to cure the diseases without building a single research facility.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy. I thought we worked very, very well And you came up with a great decision right there at the beginning of the game that, hey, we just meet there in Bogota.
Yeah,
let's
just do this.
Let's get it done. Let's get yellow cured.
Exactly.
And let's just try to, but even when that happened, I mean, I was still stressed out because the black just seems like it was going to overrun us. So we played a very smart game, I really felt like. And we got the one quiet night, I feel like, card at the right time.
It was. It was perfect timing for
yeah,
that.
So a lot of things, I think, really worked in our favor. Obviously, we're going to be going into February, so we'll see what happens. We do not know anything yet at this moment of what's going to occur in February. We do know we get to remove one cube, though. That's our little bonus. That was our bonus at the end of the game from anywhere on the map, which that's going to help us. Other than that, I don't know. So felt pretty good tearing up a card, though, right?
Yeah, it's unbelievable that we know that we're going to play through this game one time. And so you tear up cards and, tore the file folder open, putting stickers on things. It's pretty cool.
She just saw a smile on her face whenever I said you got to tear it up, man. It was like...
I really like thematic games where you're working through a story.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, we played a great January, I thought. So we'll see what February throws at us, guys. We are going to play through the entire year. So we'll see what happens to our characters. Hopefully we both survive and we'll be able to get more powerful and be able to put more research facilities and all that good stuff.
Or maybe a city will collapse on us.
Always the glass half empty, aren't you? Always.
A city will collapse on us, and
we all
be
just die.
consumed by the plague, and then an alligator will eat us. I don't know.
I don't think alligators are in this
for
game.
For some reason, when I thought of a city collapsing, an alligator flashed in my mind.
Because an alligator done bit my hand off. All right, guys. We will be doing a review on this game. We want to play through a couple more months before we collect our thoughts 100% of what we think. But I can tell you right now,
this was fun. This was really fun.
We'll see you guys next month. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.